Do you know who you are? Do you know yourself better than other people know you? When other people try to tell you about yourself, are you just distinctly listening because you recognize that they're attempting to define you based on their knowledge of you? One of the most important things in this earthly realm is the knowledge of self. If you don't know who you are, then all the videos that you're watching, all the YouTube channels that you visit, they mean nothing because it starts with you. And you'll hear me say that in many of my videos, that you are the most important value to yourself. If you don't get that, you're never going to get past that. Let's say that again. If you don't get your value, if you don't understand that knowing yourself is without a shadow the most important thing in this life, then you're on the wrong course. So come, let's go together and find out how you can get the knowledge to know who you are. For me, learning myself was very difficult. I went through a lot of difficulty as a child. I encountered a lot of difficulty as an adult. And those experiences didn't break me. They attempted to break me, but they weren't successful. And because of that lack of success, I was able to realize that the experiences that I encountered only made me stronger. And using that strength, every experience I encountered after that, I had that recognition and that realization to support the fact that I would get through that also. Knowing yourself is the foundation of every single relationship you would enter into in this realm. Whether it's a relationship with your family members, your children, your significant others, your friends, knowing yourself is by far the most valued. If you don't know yourself, then all kinds of stuff goes wrong. Other people start to try to define you or tell you who you are. Other people might manipulate you into becoming what they want you to be. Other people might try to gaslight you and tell you that what you're thinking or believing is not real. So there's a lot of issues that could arise from a lack of knowledge of self. But how do you get to know yourself? How did I get to know myself? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Let me give that disclaimer here. There's nothing perfect under the sun. We're all striving towards perfection, but I have not perfected in any way anything. I'm with you. I'm learning as we go through this process together. How did I learn myself though? How did I find out about my true self? I had to delve into spirit. For you, a lot of people, the word spirit is like taboo. For me, spirit is where I live. Spirit is where I choose to dwell. It doesn't mean that I'm always going to behave correctly. I'm always going to say the right thing or do the right thing. What it means is that I'm supported and I have a support system that enables me to realize that the experiences in this life are not designed to break me. They're used as guiding posts to help me get to my next level or get to the next stage, wherever that may be, or for whatever purpose is intended. If you don't know yourself, you have to discover your spirit first. You have to learn about your inner part, what drives you, what motivates you, what the source is. And the way to do that is to spend a lot of time being quiet. Quiet for a lot of people is not a good word. A lot of people don't like to be alone. And that's what I mean by being quiet. You need to spend a lot of time by yourself, learning to understand yourself, learning to listen to your thoughts, listen to your mind, listen to the voice outside of yourself telling you and giving you guidance in the direction you should go. But how do you do that? How do you stand still? How do you stop the noise without and the noise within? It is practice. Most of you have heard about meditation, prayer, or worship. Those are all forms of bringing you to a place where you can listen, a place where you can actually tap into spirit. Without the ability to be quiet, without the ability to stop your own voice, the noise around you, it is very difficult to really spend time understanding your own thoughts outside of that process. So it is necessary to learn how to be still. The best lessons that I've learned in this life are when I take time to meditate or prayer or worship. When I go to a quiet place, like when my walks around the pond in the morning, those are very instrumental in balancing me. I walk and I listen to music as I'm walking, and I try to control my thoughts. I try to focus on the thoughts that I'm having in that moment, and I try to block out the thoughts that would distract me from the intended purpose, which is to find peace, which is to commune with spirit, which is to touch the inner core of myself. If you're looking to walk in spirit, if you're attempting to learn how to develop your spirit man or your spirit person, then it's necessary to take time out to remove yourself from the noise. The coronavirus epidemic and pandemic is something that should have forced you to a place where you can hear your own voice, where you can spend time with your own thoughts. For many of you who are not used to doing that, it may have been uncomfortable. It may be something that you're not familiar with, and therefore it took you out of your comfort zone, and you may have, dispelled the notion of even trying. But if you want to be in control of your destiny, if you want to be successful in this world, if you want to overcome obstacles, and if you want to bravely approach every task you approach in this life, you're going to have to learn to be still. You're going to have to learn to listen to your spirit. And spirit will never lead you wrong. Even when your flesh leads you wrong, spirit will always be the voice of reason, the voice directing you and leading you on the right path. If you're interested in doing that, then start today. Start by spending time alone. Start by listening to music you love. If music for me takes me to spirit, and especially certain types of music. What is your music? What is that song that you relate to? What's that song that touches your spirit and brings you into a place where you can contemplate, where you can worship, where you can meditate or prayer? You need to get to that place. That's the first step. The second thing is to acknowledge that you don't know what you're doing. If you knew what you were doing, then you wouldn't be listening to me, right? But because you don't know what you're doing, you don't have all the answers, and you don't know the outcomes, and you're unsure, or you may have fear or anxiety or worry. The best way to dispel those negative emotions is to come to spirit, because spirit has the answers you need. You have to learn to trust spirit, and trusting spirit really translates into you trusting yourself. So if you want to trust yourself, you must first learn how to quiet the noise without and delve deep in and listen to the voice within, the voice of calm, the voice of reason. That's how I know spirit. That's how I discovered spirit. It was the first thing I needed to do, and it was a very valuable lesson, because not everyone can quench the noises in their mind or the noises from the external environment. That's where you need to start. Commit today to spending at least 15 minutes in the morning when you wake up. Spend 15 minutes alone, whether it's in the bathroom, whether it's in the garden, whatever you choose, where you choose to do it. Try to do it. 15 minutes is all that is required. And then build upon that 15 minutes to eventually where you can just meditate and just be still. Being still is not a bad thing. All being still means is that you're learning how to develop your spiritual self. And your spiritual self is the best guide on this earthly journey. My name is Ingrid Felton. Thank you for visiting my website today and the YouTube channel. If you like what I had to say, please subscribe on the YouTube channel, like the videos, leave a comment. Your comments help me to become better. They help me to figure out what direction I need to go next. And I look forward to always hearing from you, and I look forward to always engaging with you. Tell others about what I'm trying to do here. And please, again, visit me at thejourneyoftruth.com. Thank you.